In this video, I'm going to be going over the potential market crash coming tomorrow in NBA 2K25 My Team with what I think is going to be a new out of position set in NBA 2K25 My Team, and I think that is going to cause the market to crash a ton. I'll kind of talk about my predictions with the market, look at some cards prices, and just give you guys my best opinions on what to do with your cards. Should you guys be selling? Should you guys be buying? And kind of how to take advantage of the market today when the leaks do drop at 4 p.m. Eastern time. If you guys didn't know, we do get leaks every single Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern time over on Twitter or X, whatever you call it now, from the Myteam page, and they'll leak out, for example, last Thursday I should say, they leaked out we were getting 100 overall Penny Hardaway, 100 overall Tracy McGrady. We knew that was coming on Friday at Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. We also knew we were getting Tim Thomas, we knew we were getting Terry Dishinger, Jeremy Lin, Bull, and Danny Granger as Dark Matters, and then I think we knew we were getting like Dino, Bronny, and Manute Bull as well. So if you guys want to see the leaks, make sure to head over there, or you guys can just watch my YouTube video that I'll post right after the leaks do come out, obviously talking about the new cards, showing you guys all that type of stuff. But in this video, I wanted to talk mainly about the market, what I think could be coming out tomorrow, and how that could be affecting the market, and what you guys should be doing with your cards and the auction house. So for example, in my opinion, I'm just guessing the out of position set. I have absolutely no idea that it's coming out, but if you guys saw my team's Twitter before the new season dropped, they said this season number 6 is going to be filled with classic sets from past My Teams and just sets that everybody loves in past My Teams. And for example, Fan Favorites was the first Friday drop of the season, and it's called Fan Favorites. Everybody loves a fan favorite set. It's one of the best sets that 2K's ever dropped, and they do drop it pretty pretty frequently each year. I don't think they dropped it last year, but they have been dropping fan favorites almost every single year. And then even Flash, for example, right? Everyone loved Flash in past seasons, and we're getting it now for Tuesday content again. So this season is going to be, full of iconic sets, and I think Out of Position is one of the more iconic sets in 2K history, especially over the past couple seasons, or the past couple 2Ks I should say. But also, I mean, like in the older 2K20, 2K19 type of days, I remember getting Out of Position quite a bit. I do remember, I think 2K20, I don't know if that was the first year we got it, or maybe it was in 2K19 as well. But anyways, I do think Out of Position has a very good chance of dropping. Maybe not this Friday, maybe I'm wrong with that prediction, but that's just my prediction for what set I think we'll be getting. And I think it's definitely going to come out at some point in the season. Maybe we'll get a glitch set, which I think would also drop the market. And I think that could be even like Dark Matter Ben Simmons. They always drop Dark Matter Yao Ming and Ben Simmons at the same time. I don't know if they would do that exact thing because, they've always dropped Ben Simmons and Yao in the same set in like a glitch set. If you guys remember from 2K22, I believe they got those Dark Matters. And it would make sense because they both, Ben Simmons doesn't really have a high card, and Yao Ming, he does only have his Galaxy Opal. So maybe it's one of the two if they were in a glitch set. So there's a bunch of different really iconic sets that I think will be coming out. And this past Friday, the market tanked a bit. Like, it tanked quite a bit over the weekend for Dark Matter cards. I mean, Terry Dishinger, he's like barely above 100k. Tim Thomas is really not that expensive for how good he is, and cards like Dark Matter Danny Granger are only like 200, maybe 250. Like, the entire market, even for past season cards, did drop over the weekend. It's definitely recovered by now for Dark Matter cards. Like, they're kind of back up to their normal price. But I think if we get a really good out of position set, we could see at least point guards go down in price for sure, but maybe even just the overall, cards in general. But I will say, if we do get out of position, I wouldn't expect many centers to go down in price because mainly it's a point guard and like a shooting guard and a small forward drop. There's not really ever many crazy good out of position center cards that at least I do remember personally. If we go look at it quickly here, just to kind of show you guys what we got in, I mean, I remember playing 2K23. I obviously remember that's out of position set. Went to the wrong one here, but yeah, I think there was multiple out of positions, but I'll try to find the one I'm talking about. It was like the Bill Russell and I think the Jimmy Butler. This was one of the out of position sets. It was the Jokic point guard, Ron Artest point guard, KG shooting guard, Iggy was at the 1, Big Z was at the 2. But there's never really any like crazy center cards, you could say. Like, they usually just put point guards at centers, so it's never really that great of cards. So if we do get out of position cards, don't really expect the centers to be all that amazing. And center prices definitely won't drop. Like, we're not going to see a D-Rob go down in price, we're not going to see a Kareem going down in price, because of the fact that it's going to be mainly point guards dropping. So Lonzo Ball, for example, Gary Payton, for example, even like Dark Matter Shea from season 4, we can expect those cards to drop if it were to be this out of position set that I'm thinking of. And honestly, I'm probably just saying this because obviously I want LeBron to drop, but I do think LeBron could be a very likely 100 overall card getting that point guard eligibility. I think him or Giannis potentially could be like the headlining 100 overall, because we're going to be getting 2 100 overalls, and I think T-Mac was like the main 100 overall card, and Penny Hardaway was still hype, but he was kind of on like that lower tier. So I think, for example, this Friday, my guess is going to be we're getting either 100 overall point guard LeBron, or 100 overall maybe like shooting guard Giannis would be potentially my prediction. I don't know if they would do Jokic again, because again, he got in 2K23, but I don't remember what they did last year. For 2K24, maybe get a Kevin Durant new 100 overall. Like, I'm trying to think of like what cards are going to be that headlining 100 overall. I think we could see like a Dark Matter Anthony Davis if they were to do an out of position set. Maybe he can play the shooting guard position. Stuff like that would be my prediction. But if we were to get like 100 overall LeBron that could play point guard, if we got all these crazy out of position cards, it's usually one of the best promo sets of the entire year for its time. Like, usually does crash the market quite a bit for point guards and shooting guards and potentially small forwards. And I think either way, like, even if we get a glitch set, if we get an out of position set, maybe we get signature series, I think these sets, because they're so iconic and it looks like they're going to be dropping really big names in it. Like, for example, we got T-Mac and Penny Hardaway, two Myteam legends, right? Tim Thomas, Terry Dishinger, Bol. Like, I know this was a fan favorite set, so obviously it makes sense, you know, why we're getting cards that everybody loves, like Dino and Manu Bol. But I can just see this season them dropping crazy, ridiculous cards, and I think it's going to be similar this Friday. So if you guys are watching this video, maybe you want to try to sell before the leaks. I'll try to post this video before the leaks do drop at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But I will say, if the leaks are really good, do not sell your cards. That's the biggest advice that I could give you guys, because if you sell your cards Thursday night, for example, later tonight at like 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern time, after the leaks have come out and after everyone's seen the leaks, and if the leaks are really good, it's 100 overall LeBron, or, you know, even if it's not out of position, but it's like 100 overall LeBron or 100 overall Giannis or whatever crazy cards coming out, right? If it's a really good leaks and everyone's like excited for the drop, do not go ahead and sell your cards after the leaks drop, because if you do that, cards are going to undersell. But how you guys can take advantage of that, and what I did on last Thursday, I should say, is I went out and got a pink diamond Victor Wembanyama with 26 Hall of Fame badges for only 260k. It might even have been a little bit cheaper than that, but 260k rounded up is how much I got this pink diamond Wemby for, and he's completely badged up with 26 Hoffs, and he has all the good Hall of Fame badges, and I was able to get him for a way cheaper price because people were really excited for this Galaxy Opal Manu Bull card, and they thought he might be like the best center in this game, or he might be really good for his price and all that type of stuff. So if you see a really good leak drop today on Thursday, again, maybe I'll talk about it in my video later today, so if you guys want to stay tuned for that, make sure to watch that video, and I can go over maybe a bit of a market talk in that video as well, and just give you guys my predictions of, you know, maybe cards you guys can be buying right now that are going to be at a cheaper price if we get really good point guards, for example, right? If we're getting all these top tier point guards, Dark Matters, 100 overall point guards, and everyone's excited for those, maybe there'll be Alonzo Ball going for really cheap, right? Maybe you could pick up him, right? Maybe there'll be other point guards that you guys might, you know, point guards you guys might want that will be dropping quite a bit in price. So maybe an Alex Caruso, maybe a Dyson Daniels, those cards will become cheaper because everyone's going to want the new and the best, you know, point guards and, you know, out of position cards in the game. So just want to get you guys a quick little market talk video. I can quickly go through some cards prices here and just show you guys, because I know some people like to see, you know, how much cards are going for as of right now, and just, you know, to see their prices and all that type of stuff. I would say the market is fairly high right now. It's definitely not like as high as, you know, as it's ever been before, but it's gone back up in price, especially for Dark Matter since last weekend. Pink Diamond prices I still think are very low because of the super packs. They might not be as low as they were, but you can see, for example, like Pink Diamond Michael Beasley, he's still about 90,000 MT, and that's because of the new super packs we did get on Tuesday a couple days ago. So like Pink Diamond Michael Beasley, he's still going to be fairly low. You know, a Pink Diamond Kristaps, he's probably still going to be fairly low as well. He's about that 40,000 MT mark. He was always like 60, 70k. So the Pink Diamond cards are still definitely down in price. So if you guys have these cards, I would not recommend selling. If you have like a Dr. J Pink Diamond, if you have a Kristaps Pink Diamond, a Wemby Pink Diamond, a KP, a Beasley, those cards are LeBron, I wouldn't recommend selling as of right now. If you have Dark Matters, it might not be a horrible idea. If you have any Dark Matter point guards, like for example, I know Shea's a really good card, but if you guys have him auctionable, like I would try to sell him, because even if there's not an out of position set this Friday, there's going to be an out of position set in the next couple weeks, and that card I could see tanking quite a bit because he's a good point guard. But like if we're getting all these really good point guards, usually they're like the best point guards in this game. If you guys remember that set I showed you guys with Jokic, Ron Artest, like those were the two best point guards in this game by far. And then there was also like shooting guard Kevin Garnett, who's one of the best shooting guards in this game. Even Iguodala as a Galaxy Opal was really good as sort of a budget point guard. So it just becomes, you know, flooded with the market with point guards. But this is just my prediction. Obviously, like I said earlier, I don't know 100% if there's going to be an out of position set, but that is definitely my prediction, and I could see it for sure over the next 1 to 4 weeks. I think 100% we're going to be getting an out of position set. But just wanted to quickly talk about the market here, tell you guys what I could expect coming this weekend. I do think there will be a market crash for Dark Matter cards. and just overall cards in general. I think the market will start going down each Friday as we get further into season number 6 and we get to maybe invincible cards this season. And overall, I think the game is just progressing really fast with the new tiers coming out and the top tier cards getting a lot better. So let me know in the comment section down below if you guys are planning on selling your cards today. I don't say you have to. It's not like a huge, craziest, biggest market crash most likely will be coming this Friday, but I do think the market will dip down pretty much on Friday and Saturday, and then of course rise up normally like Sunday and Monday. But just want to give you guys advice on maybe, pick up some cards Thursday night if you guys are sitting on MT, and if you want some cards and maybe there's a good league drop for point guards, and maybe there's a good league drop for shooting guards or something like that. Maybe you can go look for some shooting guards and point guards that you guys wanted. That is obviously just for example, but I'll make a video later today, obviously when the new leagues do come out at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure to check out the channel, and I'll talk about, like, if I see it's an out of position drop and I see all these crazy good point guards, then I'll tell you guys, you maybe should have sold your point guards, or maybe you can now go look and you can, prepare for it, and you can try to buy some good point guards in this game for a lot cheaper. But yeah, hopefully you guys did find this video helpful. Let me know in the comment section down below your guys' predictions for tomorrow. Do you guys think it'll be out of position? Do you guys think it'll be a different set? What kind of cards do you guys expect to see? But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.